All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Do Hard Things podcast. I'm Jay Teagues, and I have with me the lovely, ravishing Angie Bertrand. How you doing this morning, Angie?
I'm doing great. It is
Happy,
Monday. I'm ready to get another week on the road and get it going and knock it out.
yeah, another week has started. It is Monday
Yeah.
morning,
Yeah.
and it's right before July 4th is next weekend, so it's an exciting week.
I
Getting
can't,
prepared for that.
I can't believe it's already here. I mean, it's like I blinked and it's like, where did this year go? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's just like going by. So we're almost halfway through this year already.
Mhm.
We're at the halfway point.
Yes. Yes. We're past the halfway point because we're going into month 7.
And we just had the longest day of the year. I like it. I like this time of year because it's like light out much later at night,
Yeah.
and I like that. And
Yeah.
it's all downhill from here.
Oh man.
It's gonna,
Thanks for reminding me
yeah.
that.
It's going by quick. It's going by quick. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I love this time of year. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to another episode of Do Our Things podcast. And today's episode, we're going to talk about a key aspect to finding purpose. Finding purpose it's a passion topic of mine as a performance coach and helping people. It's something I've studied a lot. And as I'm actively going through like my own like transition, a big transition point in my life, I'm doing a lot of reflection on my purpose. And I was reminded of something that was very helpful to me. And I want to share it with everyone because I think someone it could benefit and help someone else. It's a critical component to finding a purpose. But before we get into that, real quick, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you're notified of future episodes. And leave us a review on Apple iTunes. It goes a long way for helping us expand the Do Hard Things Nation. And as people are
Mhm.
looking for us, they can find us. We just hit a huge milestone of 25,000 downloads, which is awesome. So thank you guys for
Hey.
supporting us. Got the
Yeah.
little notification in the mail. And in
Thank
fact,
you, listener. Thank you, listener, for downloading us 25,000 times.
I'll say it. That was 25,000 on the new platform that I switched over about 6 months ago. That doesn't include probably another 6 months of podcasts. So
All
there's a
right.
lot more podcasts, but I just realized that was just from that one platform. So the bottom line is you're listening to us, and we truly appreciate it. We get
Yes.
messages all the time, and it's just awesome to hey picked up this nugget or grabbed onto that, and I appreciate it. So thank you for supporting us. And share it with a couple of your friends because we're always looking to continue to expand. This episode is sponsored by The Forge. The Forge is a high performance community. We feel that leadership solves most problems. And it's just a place to, we have a network and community of like minded, growth minded people. Because look, you can read a book on your own, you can go listen to a podcast on your own, which is great. But if you want to take it to the next level and actually have a conversation about a specific growth minded topic, or maybe say you've got like a challenge or an issue to solve for, you can come into this group and we can actually talk about the serious topic to help you out. We provide frameworks, high performance frameworks to help you lead yourself better and offer challenges and accountability to you to help you achieve your goals. This month we've been talking about mindset. Next month we're going to go into the topic of how to lead and influence better. And there are some strategies there because we're
Mhm.
all in leadership positions. So every month we have a topic, and there's a specific format that we offer. We also have a book club. Nadine hosts a book club. We're talking about Can't Hurt Me this month, and next month it's a leadership book, and I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, if you want to level up, go to lionsguide.com. You can learn more about the Forge, and you can reach out to me, and we can get you squared away. I'd love to have you part of the community. We also are sponsored by the Do Hard Things Nation apparel. My lovely wife, Lacey, makes some amazing motivational gear. And if you go to dohardthingsnation.com, you can go over there and grab yourself some merch. We've got hats and hoodies and all sorts of stuff, all motivational, right? So when you wear it, it's
Yeah.
like, man, I got my armor on for the day. I'm going to go crush the day. And we appreciate the support. So go to dohardthingsnation.com. You can also check out upcoming events. We've got the on 9/9, so September 9th, we got the Do Hard Things 5K and 9/11 run and ruck at Cooper's Landing. And if you're not geographically able to make it, we also have a virtual option. Cool medal this year. All the medals are always going to be cool,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but new medal this year, second annual. So we're excited about it.
Hey, Jay, what's the distances on those real quick on this race? We got,
We got a 5K
okay.
and then a 9.11 mile run
Oh,
and
okay.
or ruck.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah, those are
5K
the
or 9.11. Got it.
yeah, and it's just in honor of 9/11. So
Yeah.
that's why we have that distance. So all right. Well, today I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart because it's something I've been reflecting on. As a performance coach, I've been helping people find their purpose.
Hmm.
And the purpose statement and having a purpose is like the singular most, it's just the most important thing that you should be doing in regards to personal growth and development. Ask people all the time, hey, what's your purpose statement? Well, I don't know. It's just something that's not, you would think it's something that you would do at maybe church or school or something about years and years of education, but no one's ever actually, we don't sit down and actually, it's just not a common thing that we do unless you're like, you find a book on it. There's a lot of books on
Yeah.
it. You actually sit down and do the work, or maybe you go to a growth mindset group and do it. So it's not uncommon for people to not, they might kind of know what their purpose is or feel what their purpose
Hmm.
is. But oftentimes when I ask people what their purpose statement is, they don't necessarily know it or they haven't done it. And that's okay. But it is an important thing to do.
Hmm.
And as I work with clients, it's something that I have them sit down and do. And what your purpose statement does, it's a general singular statement that's like a guiding principles. It reminds you of how you want to show up in the world, what actions to take,
Hmm.
and like what the outcome, the end state is. So it's not, it's just it's one of those things as you're making decisions. It's something that you can like run through a sieve and help you like, just separate things out to help you make a decision. And we can have, I think that we go through life and our personal growth and development journey is always upward. And we're trying to be the best version of ourselves, but it's very much like the stock market. Stock market is constantly going up, but there's ups and downs along the way.
Yeah.
And I'm finding myself, in this big life change that I had with transitioning from the military and just, I don't know, I'm just in a weird spot. And I am
Hmm.
a performance coach. Like I know all the things to do, but I'm finding myself, I'm having to walk this path of like just being unsettled. What I'm finding myself is there's some unknowns about the future, and I'm finding myself a little bit anxious. And
Hmm.
then I'm thinking about the past, and I'm like,
Hmm.
man, I'm just kind of depressed because when you're depressed, you're thinking about the past. When you're worrying about the future, you're anxious.
Hmm.
And I've been finding myself in this like, man, I don't know. I mean, I know who I am, but I don't know some of the details of how it's going to shake out. And
Hmm.
it's been leaving me a little bit unsettled. And I'm full transparency. I'm kind of going through this like, and all veterans do this big life
Hmm.
change. And I think people do this. Moms do this when their kids leave the house.
Oh yeah.
When we have a big transition in our life, like this is a period of feeling unsettled.
Yeah.
And as I'm going back through and rereading my purpose statement to help gain clarity in my life, like, finding your purpose is not something you sit down in an afternoon and it's like, man, I got it all figured out. It's something that's it's a time consuming process. But there is a key thing that you can do that I just realized that I'm focusing on it in the moment to really help me through this period of time. So, I know I've been kind of bogarting the mic this morning. So,
No,
Angie,
it's fine.
what do you think about the topic of
No.
purpose?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm just sitting here as you're talking about it. It's like, you know, we always talk about finding your why, right? Why are you doing this challenge? That was a big thing for 75 hard. What is your why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing the E3 challenge? Why are you doing anything? Your purpose, your why. And I've got my core purpose statement in life, but my why ebbs and flows, and it's like that ship or that lighthouse that's out there. Sometimes it's really close and you're in the lighthouse and you can feel it with every tangible everything. You can feel it, touch it, you're in it. And then sometimes you're on that ship and you see that lighthouse and it's like way out there and you got to kind of reel it back in. I know it's kind of a weird analogy. I don't know why I thought of that because I don't know, it's not like lighthouses are my thing or anything,
Yeah,
but it
well,
was just, it's
we're in the Midwest. We have lighthouses everywhere and ships.
yeah, I have no idea. I don't know anything about lighthouses, but
The lighthouse analogy comes up quite a bit. It's one of my favorite analogies of the lighthouse. I think we can grasp it pretty easily.
yeah, but anyway, but just yeah. And this year, I think we talked about last week has been kind of a weird year. Um, I just haven't been as laser focused on um all the things that I find very, I mean, I've been focused, but I haven't been tuned in as much this year on specific things as I have in the past. And so I feel like I've been kind of working on my why this year too.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
As I've talked to people, there's a lot of people that are kind of feeling, I don't know if it's just the season of COVID and post-COVID and this world that
yeah.
we're living in, like things in general feel very weird and strange to people in
Hmm.
general. So
Hmm.
if that's you, just know that you're not alone in that, because I think,
No,
and it's interesting how people just have this mood. Like people can have a mood. I feel like we're like in this weird like winter. Tony
yeah,
Robbins always talks about seasons of life. We've
yeah,
been very much as I think a global community, like in a season of like winter because of all of
yeah.
these weird effects of COVID. So, and I've definitely, in my level, like the transition to the military it's been a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And so, you talk about purpose is a powerful conversation, and it can be life changing for people. And it's something that, like you said, purpose is that singular statement that's like that guiding light. It's the light, it's the shining light from the lighthouse, right? Um, but and you should have there's also a vision statement. A vision statement is something a little bit different that helps you it helps you clarify your values
Hmm.
and what's important to you, to kind of give you like left and right boundaries. And then your goals are like the pavers to help you, achieve your vision, which is a part of your purpose.
Yeah.
And there's a myriad of ways. When I sit down with someone and I take them through like the entire course, it's like, we're going to do some self-reflection. So what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? We're going to talk about, what are your passions? What lights you up? What do you love?
Hmm.
What are your talents? What are you naturally good at? What are your values? What are your dreams and hopes and aspirations? We write all those down. And then, then we get into this thing of like, we need to test and experiment. We need to try new things,
Hmm.
because without trying new things, sometimes you're just not, you have to try new things. And then it's kind of like sitting at the eye doctor and it's like, is this one better? Is this one better? Through
Hmm.
that process, you're going to gain clarity through action. So a lot
Yeah.
of people are like, well, I don't know. I want to start a business, but I don't know what to do. Just start something, and you're gonna determine whether or not you like it or not. And through that process, you're gonna determine those things.
Yeah.
Um, then you get feedback, and then reflection, and then you start to create a mission statement. There's like this. I would walk someone through this, but during that period, it can feel incredibly unsettling, because when you're searching for something, just think about when you lose your wallet, like, or your keys. You got to like get to work. You like lost your
Hmm.
keys. You're looking around like scrambling trying to find it. It's unsettling. You're like, where the f are my keys, right? And it's
Yeah.
just like, and when you have lost something, it means you don't have something. And it's the same with your purpose. And if you're
Hmm.
frantically trying to find your purpose, it can leave you feeling unsettled, because it's like that. I lost my freaking keys, and it can amplify your anxiety and depression. And
Hmm.
and so and part of that process is when you're worried about the future, you have more anxiety in your life. And then when you're finding yourself depressed, you're thinking about the past a lot. And in this process of finding purpose, we're self-reflecting on the past. So we can find ourselves feeling depressed. We're anxious and worried about the future. So we find ourselves in worry.
Hmm.
And really, the greatest peace that you're going to find in your life is when you're present in the moment.
Hmm.
And maybe part of your purpose is to find singular moments and be more present.
Hmm.
And that is part of the process. And it's not being distracted. It's not trying to be there for everyone and multitask. It's seriously trying to find joy in the present. And just when you lose a singular moment, find the next singular moment and keep
Hmm.
trying to lay those tracks down. That is kind of the message that I've had to hear this week for myself, and be reminded of it, because I'm finding myself a little anxious because there's some uncertainty. I know the path that I'm on, but there's a lot of like ambiguity in that.
Hmm.
And being an entrepreneur and business owner is incredibly difficult, because it's like, well, you don't know where the next, you don't know where the next thing is going to come from. Where's the next job going to be? Where's the next, paycheck going to come from? What does this look like?
Hmm.
And I'm in this weird deal where I'm also like, where am I going to live next, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And that's leaving me feeling a little unsettled and anxious. So what I'm learning is that I can't control these things, but my purpose right now is to just find those singular moments and be at peace.
Mhm.
And it's not, it's like when you're going out and I go out in the morning and I'm enjoying my morning run. It's like being at peace without this freaking cell phone. It's like I see the sun come up. I'm not trying to capture it on my cell phone and share it with the world. Like it's just me being at peace.
Mhm.
I went fishing yesterday and it was funny because I didn't pull my cell phone. I caught a really nice crappie and some bass, and Lacey's like, "Did you take a photo of it?" I'm like, "No, I just I I didn't want to pull my phone out of my pocket. Like, and if
Huh.
you follow me on social media, I kind of ebb and flow with it. I'm not doing a lot. Because I need to find myself, and I find
Mhm.
myself. I'm trying to create content and stuff like that. I'm not being present with myself.
Mhm.
And so I don't know, when you're not trying to document things and you can be more in the moment, you can find more peace. And your purpose is not the role that you have. It's not, my purpose isn't being a father. It's not being a husband. It's being the best version of myself so
Mhm.
I can pour from that full cup for everyone else. And that's a hard thing because a lot of people are like, man, they confuse their roles in life with their purpose.
Yeah.
And your purpose should be greater than the roles that you have in your life. And that's why people like, when my kids leave, like they are people in the military, they fall apart because they don't know who they are, right? I have a good understanding of who I am. I just don't know some of the eaches on that, and it's leaving me unsettled. So I guess my message today is if you're struggling with your purpose, just look for the singular moments and try to be more present. Be
Mhm.
where your feet are. Like don't multitask, put your phone down and try to find the joy in the moments. And as I'm saying this, just realize that it's not an easy thing to do because I've been really struggling with it myself. But if you can remind yourself of that, it enables you to do that more often.
Well, I think it's those small moments, like, I always tell people, "If you see me running and you see me smiling like crazy, I know I look crazy. I know I do." But there's so many times, almost every time, there is a moment in time that happens that I am just so, whether it's when I ran in the rain, last weekend, it was just the perfect temperature, and people are like, "Oh god, running in the rain? That sounds so horrible." But actually, it was great, and it was like, I'm running, and I've got my arms out, and I'm just, like, feeling the rain coming down, and I'm so excited that I'm able to do this. I'm not I don't have to go run. I enjoy running. It's something I enjoy doing, and I just felt gratitude from head to toe. I felt gratitude because the temperature was great. I felt gratitude because the rain felt great coming down. I felt gratitude because I'm moving my feet. I'm out doing something. And it's just this feeling, and it's the same feeling now. I I am a little bit different as far as part of my gratitude, feeling that gratitude is wanting to share it with the world, right? So it's a little bit different for me to pull up my phone and take a picture, or want to share that, because in my feeling, in my seated gratitude, whatever I'm doing, it makes me feel just even more grateful to be able to try to document it, like when we were in Colorado. Oh my god. I mean, the pain of running in that altitude and at that elevation was just, it was so tough. It was so tough. But being in that gratitude, and I think being in those moments of gratitude like you're talking about, it can ground you, and it can get your mind out of that worry space, and that bigger picture, and like you talk about, like you just were talking about, worrying about the past, worrying about the future. Those are really big things to have to worry about. Those are huge things. And when you're worried about and you're focused on something so huge, when you can reel that in and just be grateful in the moment for whatever is happening, and you can hold on to that, and you can just feel, because you have to feel it. You can't just, so many people are like, "Oh, I feel grateful for A, B, and C. Oh, I feel," but there's a difference between saying it and feeling it and holding
Mm,
on to that feeling. There's
yeah.
a You have to feel it. You can't just say it. You have to feel it. And when you feel it, and you can, if you're starting to feel a little bit out of control, or like life is out of control and you don't have a handle or a grip, if you can recall that feeling of gratitude and just sit in it and feel it, it's going to ground you, and it's going to help you. I mean,
Absolutely. That's the best way to get recentered and regrounded is just to stop and just think
Mhm.
about the things that you're grateful for, not the things that you have to do, but the things that you get to do,
Mhm.
and just for what you currently have. And it's easy for all of us to lose sight on that in the day-to-day overwhelm of life and the chaos of life from time to time. um, and that's the best way to sit and reground yourself.
Something as simple as, it's Monday morning, and I get up extra early on Monday mornings because we're here doing the podcast. I love to sleep. I'm not a fan of getting up early, not gonna lie. But instead of when I wake up early on Monday mornings, I don't think, "Oh god, ugh, I've gotta get up early again, this is horrible." I wake up and I'm like, "Heck yeah, I'm up. Let's do this," I'm excited that I'm able to wake up early. I'm excited that I'm showing up for this podcast. I'm excited that my week is getting off to a great start. And so it's if you can change that. My ringtones, you hear them here and there. My ringtones, 9 out of 10 of them are, um, something happy, something upbeat. Yes, I've paid for ringtones because when I wake up in the morning, I don't wanna be woken up by some
Yeah, yeah,
horrible noise, like, that is what makes me wake up and go, "Oh, no." But if I'm waking up to an upbeat song, an upbeat, anything, then that completely shifts my mind coming out of sleep and sets the tone for my day.
yeah.
And
No,
it's
it's amazing how those simple little things like
yeah,
that can make a big difference.
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I love it, and that's we need to design and set up our life for those moments. And if you're
Yeah,
finding yourself unsettled, kind of to your point, gratitude. Just sit down in the moment, close your eyes for a second, and just think about all the things and truly feel it.
yeah.
Just truly, truly feel it, and it helps center you. And I think that's kind of a reminder for me, because as I'm walking through this just period of just feeling a little unsettled and anxious, I needed to hear that. And I know these things. And I guess to a point, like you can know these things, we have all the information, but it's being surrounded by the right people to remind you and hold you accountable to it is really tremendously helpful. Because I'm a geek when it comes to personal growth and development. I know
Mhm.
all the things, but it's
Yeah.
still easy to get like just caught up in the day-to-day grind of everything and lose focus on that.
Mhm.
And so as I'm walking the dog and I'm eating my own dog food, this is the message that I wanted to share this morning and talk about, because I'm feeling this. And as I'm actively talking about this, I'm looking for those singular moments to help me
Mhm.
be more present and be more settled, so I can be the best version of myself as I navigate, my own this big
Mhm.
shift in my life.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for people to realize. So that's, I would say, this is the most critical aspect of finding your purpose, is to find joy in the singular moments.
Mhm.
When you're worried about the future, you're living in anxiety. It sucks. When you're living in the past and you're finding yourself depressed, that sucks.
Mhm.
What doesn't suck is being present in the moment. That's the only place that you can find happiness. Even the things that you don't like doing, that you have to do, get to do,
Mhm.
finding joy in those moments.
Yeah.
And we
I mean,
lose sight of that
look, it's easy.
sometimes.
It's easy to get caught up in the negative. It's easy to
Mhm.
get caught up in negative feelings, emotions, all anger, negativity, depression. I mean, all those things I feel like are easier to come by than happiness and gratitude and, um, the positive uplifting emotions and situations. Um, and so I just think that when you're able to, even at work, there's a lot of people that are going to work today. They're up, they might be listening to us and they're like, "Psh, I gotta go to work again.
Mm,
I hate my job." Try to, when you go to work today, try to find that one thing. There's gotta be something you like. Something. There's gotta be something, someone, something that you're doing, and just try to focus on it and just try to push back the noise, push back the noise, and just find that one thing that you like and something that you're doing that that maybe you're just talking to yourself, you know, "I don't wanna do this," and just focus on it and feel it and be grateful for it. Um,
yeah,
and it's really life-changing.
absolutely. So it's as you're finding your purpose, because if you're doing this job and you don't like it, that's a project, right? We need to probably get out of that job or trying to find. You're not in alignment with your purpose. You're not doing your God-given talent, but
Yeah.
there's a path that you have to walk to get there. But part of finding purpose in the moment as you're walking that path is to get yourself centered and grounded and find those singular moments where you have gratitude as you're trying to find a new freaking job. Because if you're listening to this and you hate your job, stop doing that. Find something you love.
Yeah.
I've had jobs that were miserable. They sucked the life out of you. Stop doing that to yourself. We were designed to do more than work and pay taxes.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
that's a whole other topic and
We're
episode.
not even gonna get off on that tangent today.
But no, to your point, find even those small moments.
Yeah.
There's certainly some aspects to it's honoring the struggle along the way. It's having honor for it, right? So
it is.
Well, I dusted off my purpose statement. Every time I look at it and read it, it's a reminder to me, which is why we need to have a purpose statement. So I'm going to read my purpose statement.
Okay.
And what I've learned is that I've been slacking because I'm feeling unsettled and anxious. And when I read my purpose statement, I'm like, okay, I need to like just slow down a little bit more. And that's what Lacey's been telling me recently. You got to calm down, dude. Just calm and slow. Because I'm very much like a rapid fire. I've been doing this for years, like in the military, like one thing after another. And now I don't have to do that anymore. And what I've learned about myself is that I have just created the habit of constantly being like on all the time. And I don't have to do that anymore. And just calming down is like a new concept for me that I'm trying to really like grasp. So, and as I read my purpose statement, I'm reminded of that. So the purpose of my life is to be fully alive and present. Well, I'll be honest, I haven't been fully alive and present, and it's leaving me feeling unsettled. So as I read this, it's like, okay, I got to remind myself to be intentional, appreciate my loved ones, to use my talents and abilities to add value to the world. I inspire and challenge people to raise their ambition, face their fear, and develop grit and discipline, help them lead better so they can be a better role model for others, so they can live a more purposeful, fulfilling, and happy life. That's my purpose statement. And what I realize about that is I'm not really being fully alive and present as of late, and I need to be. And so hence this topic of finding the singular moments. So
They're there.
So that's it. That's all I got on that topic this morning.
It's a good one. It was a good one.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
And I hope it helps some folks out. So
it will, for sure.
All right, let's transition now to our weekly spotlight winner.
Talk about finding finding something to be grateful for and kicking it. Oh my God, you guys are just not going to believe this.
All right, so one of my favorite people is Christy Sexton.
Yes,
and she did the Tour de Corn this weekend with a group of some of our favorite people, and it's a 100-mile bicycle century timed ride. So it's like a race, and well, what happened is she blames her. It was 100K, okay, which is still 66 miles. It's not. It's
very long.
It's a long ride. It's a long bike ride.
Yes.
But if you notice there to the left, all of her friends have cycling shoes on because if you're riding and you got these specialized shoes that you wear with these specialized clips that you get to like attach yourself to the bicycle. Well, if you notice there, she's wearing Birkenstocks. Yes. And what had happened was, or what she claimed had happened was, her husband had switched out the shoes or something. Somehow her cycling shoes didn't make it, and she rode the entire ride in Birkenstocks, which is that's remarkable, and that had to have sucked. She had to do it, but she got to do it, and she finished it, and that's a photo of her finishing it. So Christy Sexton is one of the most bubbly, nice, kind people that I know. She's a fitness instructor. She's a mother. She's an amazing wife. She's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. In fact, I went to my second class last week and she choked me out and my throat is still sore she's a warrior. She choked the hell out of me. My throat's still sore from that. But she's one of my favorite people. She stole my truck one time. That's a whole other story. And she's a bully. As I was running down the street one time, she came up behind me and like slammed on her horn, just honking at me to cheer me on. But it scared me so badly that the cop that was behind her pulled her over for scaring the shit out of me so badly. So she's an amazing person, but she's also my bully and bullies me all the time. But I love her to death anyway. Yeah. So Christy, you're this week's winner. We're going to send you a shirt. So thanks for being awesome. And I just love this story. That just kind of you know what? You don't let things stop you. I bet a lot of people that would have had that situation, they would have been like, you know what? I guess I'm not riding today.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I mean,
Yeah,
to be
I don't
honest
know
with you.
either.
Yeah, but she did say, she said that she had a good cry, and then she's like, "Psh, I'm doing it anyway," you know?
And that's the type of grit and discipline and attitude. That's living life on offense, just doing it anyway, right? If when you have an obstacle come your way, you don't let it stop you. And that's what doing hard things and what this podcast is all about in the community. So, but yeah, Christy, you're the winner. Thanks. And I guess I owe you some payback for choking me out last week. So,
all right. Great job, Christy. Great job.
But, man. We got a few comments this morning. Great podcast this morning from Brian and Tabitha Rice. Thanks for listening in. And Facebook user, congrats, Christy Sexton. Such a ray of sunshine. That's exactly how we describe Christy. So
yes, 100 million%.
All right. Well, it's Monday morning. It's time to crush the day. I enjoyed this podcast because it was something that was on near and dear to my heart, something I'm focused on. And Angie, I appreciate you. I enjoy coming on here Monday mornings and kicking off my week with you. And you're such a ray of sunshine. Yeah, you're always smiling and happy, and it lifts me up. So I appreciate you.
Thanks. I appreciate you too, Jay. This is a great way to kick it off. You saying that though, I have to tell you, the people that live upstairs in my head that control all my facial expressions, sometimes they're like, fix your face.
We all need that. We all have to
fix your face. But yeah, I'm gonna go forth today. Got a busy week coming up, and I hope to make somebody smile today. That's my goal. I'm definitely gonna make myself smile. Get out there and just get it going. It's Monday.
Excellent goal. I'm going to make someone smile. I'm going to focus on those singular moments. So
yes.
All right. Well, for everyone out there, keep kicking ass, doing hard things. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Heck yeah.